Alright, so on the cap, we got wood here that I've already cut free. Got wood here that I've already cut free. Wood here I've already cut. This piece of wood I've already cut free. Gonna have to replace all of those. I gotta take all the hardware off. Yeah, that mess is all getting deleted and redone. All of the snaps are going to be taken off and filled in because I'm putting a different canopy on it. I'm not using the stock one. The gas filler tube here is going to get replaced and hole's going to get patched. I'm going to put different fuel line on it, but I will keep this breather. This fuel line will get replaced. I'll keep this connector on the inside. This piece will be taken off and that hole will be filled in. This is all going to get taken off and redone. The whole cap's going to be sanded down, painted at some point. This wood piece here is going to be taken off and replaced. I didn't film doing all of this. I figured there's so many videos, you guys didn't need to watch how I did it, because I basically did it the same way everybody else does. And yes, I got some cleanup to do, but that piece of wood's in, and that would be where you step in to the boat first. I got this in, and I have it tabbed in besides the big piece that you see over the top. I got this last step all tabbed in, and then a piece over the top. The big reason I put the fiberglass over the top of those last two was just try to help keep moisture out. I did lay down a bead of resin first, let it soak into the wood before I put the tabs on and the top coats. It's just to try to keep this wood from rotting out like the last wood did. All the wood I needed to replace coming into the boat as you would step down. I kind of forgot about that when I was working on the rest of the boat, and then when I got the cap upside down and realized I still had all this to do, I was like, oh, damn. But it's pretty much done now for that section, and I'll show you the rest. So as you can see in my mess, I did pull the handrails off the front. I got a new piece of wood in behind the cluster gauge. I'm going to be filling that all in because if you saw the last video, you'll understand how big of a mess that was. I wanted to upgrade all of the gauges. It had some gauges I'm not going to use, like a clock. I don't need a clock in that. Putting different switches in because I'll be doing different lights. The gauges are going to be real simple. There'll be RPM, speedometer, and in the new switch cluster, I'll also have my voltage readings. I'm going to keep the old steering column, but I will be replacing the steering wheel. Don't necessarily like that old plastic one, and it's just old and faded and needs to be updated. So I got the new pieces of wood here on the sides. If you look over on that side, yeah, don't mind the snow, it decided to snow last night. There's going to be a piece of wood on the inside of the boat that's going to be upholstered, and these strips are to give you an attachment point. I went ahead and marine glued them on, and then I went over them with some fiberglass resin to help waterproof them. So as you can see, I got that fiberglassed in. It looks kind of nasty because it snowed last night. What you're seeing is water on it, and no, I didn't do it while it was snowing, and the fiberglass and the resin had already cured. When I originally pulled this cap, this little piece here that goes over the transom, I ended up having to cut out because they had it so glued onto the transom I wasn't able to break it off. So I ended up having to cut it, and I got it all fiberglassed back in on the inside. From looking from the inside of the boat, you can see I still got a line up there. I'm going to be sanding that all out when I flip it, and putting fiberglass on the inside too for structural purposes. In the next video, I will be flipping this cap, and working on that back transom piece. I got a couple more rivets I need to drill out. I'm going to need to sand the whole thing down, fill in all the holes, and basically get it ready to start painting, because I'd like to repaint this. I'm still up in the air if I want to re-glass it with the gel coat or if I want to use some kind of marine paint. I'm almost leaning towards re-glassing it with the gel coat. Both of them are going to be a lot of work. I don't know which one I want to do yet. If you have a preference, or you work on boats and you'd like to give me a little advice, go ahead and leave some comments down in the comments, because I'd love to hear. All of this that I'm doing, I'm not a boat worker. I'm just a jack of all trades, and just trying to make an old boat new again. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Coming up, there's going to be filling the holes, redoing the inside of that transom cap. We're going to be either gel coating or painting. And I think I'm going to try to do some kind of a black and gray scheme. I have an old video back in the playlist that shows you the seats I picked out for the driver and front passenger. The back seat is going to be completely custom. That should be an interesting video, since I've never done upholstery before. So you can come along with me and learn from my mistakes and watch my successes. But thinking the paint scheme on this one's going to be a black and gray with some metal flake somewhere. Not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet, but I've looked at some other videos and pictures of the black and gray boats, and I really like them, and they're kind of different. And I think that would go pretty good with the theme of this whole channel. So stay tuned for those. Like, subscribe so you don't miss anything.